What's up? What's up? It's our Z100 Artist Interview Lounge presented by Celsius Energy Drink, which is actually interesting because this artist right here just demanded I take them to the fridge to grab a Celsius.
Celsius by Jackson Wang.
Today
by
we're
Jay Wang.
Jay Wang. Today we're sitting down with an artist whose name has become synonymous with global impact. A creative force, singer, rapper, producer, director, designer, visionary, tens of millions of followers across their platforms, the most followed Chinese artist on Instagram, a three-time Coachella performer, boundary-breaking global ambassador for brands like Louis Vuitton, Cartier, Hennessy, Nike, now serving as creative director. His last tour, Magic Man World Tour, sold out across continents, and 2022 that debut 15 on Billboard 200, 3 on top album sales charts, over 123 million streams. Now in 2025 returning with the most honest and ambitious project yet, Magic Man 2, self-produced, dives deep into their grief, identity, healing. Today we get to talk to the man behind the mask, the artist that saved him and the next chapter in one of the most exciting careers in music today, Mr. Jay Wang.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you for your research. And second, thanks for hyping me up. Thank you so much. I needed that. I needed that more than Celsius. Celsius is nice, but your words, another thing.
It's interesting that you say that because those words are your work. Like, I just said what you do.
Right, but thanks for addressing it, you know. I don't hear it a lot.
How does it feel to hear all these accolades that you've been able to attain?
I don't know. I mean, there's different ways you can look at it, right? I mean, I didn't remember that, but now you're reminding me. Thank you. Like, I feel like someone now.
Aw.
Thank you.
You are, man. And
thank you so much.
There are so many of your fans that are so excited that you're chatting with us and are excited to hear about Magic Man 2 and everything that you've been working on. And even us chatting behind the scenes, I'm excited to get into a lot of that. I mean, how are you feeling right now in this moment? It's been a few days since the album has been out.
I mean, Magic Man 1, Magic Man 2 has been talking about my dark days and like my negative. It's like a constant battle between me and my internal self. You know, it's pretty dark and it's pretty, to me, it's one of those sides that I don't show my audience enough, especially coming from like a big corporate label. And then from a group, the Celsius, man. Yeah, especially coming from a K-pop background, you know, it's not that common for me, you know, like I didn't have that much room to be me to my audience, you get me? So it's the K-pop zone that I was in, it was very safe. It's well protected, you know, but well managed. Everything was very perfect. You know, and I think I've always wanted to tell my audience, you know, my community, my fans, the other side of me, which they don't really see often. Obviously, I'm always on TV. I'm always on the show, this and there, in the music video. You don't see the other side of me. So I felt like it's important for me to address that and deliver that across. Yeah, and now, you know, Magic Man 2 is out. It feels like, I don't know if I should say this, but it feels like I took a very big
load off your back.
Yeah, you know, it feels like I just took the cancer cell is out of me. It feels like that. It feels like I just had an IV drip, or I just had a surgery to cut the bacteria out, you know, just detox everything. And now that I feel free, I feel light, and I'm excited to create in a free space now, because I feel like I can fly now.
Being in a group that you were mentioning, it was so perfection, it was cookie cutter, and then you take that leap to step away and be your true self and give us that vulnerability now with these last two projects. Mm-hmm. You're saying you were able to take the actual darkness that was in you and put it through your work.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing Team Jackie witnessed this side of you that they haven't before. So how has that reception been?
No, I think it's important, and I think you won't expect, and you can't really tell how I feel by just watching me on TV. That's like majority of the artists. You don't know this person. You're probably a fan of this person because a certain TV appearance or certain work or just how the way that this person is, but there's another side of that, and I'm just trying to show the 360 of me to my audience, and I think that's important, and yeah, and I think the relationship between me and my community and fans has been very honest, especially for the past 2-3 years, because I tend to just show them everything, and it's like I want to make sure that my supporters and fans like know who they're supporting, rather than like, oh, I thought he was like that, I thought he was this, I thought this. Yeah, but you thought is not me, right? So I want to make sure that I stay as close as possible. A lot of people ask me, what are you off camera? But I'm just the guy, probably I curse more, but I'm just this, and I try to stay as consistent as possible. Yeah.
And with this project, your album, it's separated into 4 chapters of grief that you were chatting about. So which ones of those chapters do you think was the hardest for you to get out?
I think Magic Man 2, in conclusion, it's just talking about life in general, about acceptance. Everything that happened with our life, at the end of the day, we tend to all accept it and move on with it, and then we grow. We become like a mature version and a better version of our, more understandable version of ourselves. I just think that's life in general. Anything that you come across with, any situation, right? You get emotional, then you calm down, then you start to realize a lot of things, and at the end of the day, you accept it. And that's just life. That's just a part of growing up. And I think I went through that. And I think that's the formula for anything in life.
And being in the public eye, it's really hard to decipher what you want to get too personal with or what you want to keep for yourself. So on this project, were there any moments or songs or writing moments where you thought, I don't know if I should put that in, if that's giving too much?
No, I think I'd rather die in my own hands, like if I speak about this and if I say something, that's probably something that I really believe in at this moment. I might be wrong, but I think that's a part of growing up. I say this today, probably like 5 years later, I come back again with the Celsius again, but I might be saying something else because in that 5 years I grew. So I grew into another pocket of, I realized other stuff, but I want to make sure at this moment in my life, at this stage, I want to tell my audience, as real as possible, because it is completely, there's no inspiration behind this album. It's just straight from my journals, and it's word for word, how I felt about everything. There's some lyrics talking about my parents saying, hey, it feels like we're on the same street, you guys are just further up, like talking about when our parents first had us, they weren't ready to be mom and dad. You get me? Just things like that. The older they get, they become more childish, and that's cute. And it's because that's a signal for us as kids to recognize, to realize, oh, they're getting old. You get what I mean? It's a signal that, hey, they should be under my arms, my wings, right? So this is one thing, and then there's another song saying like, where the first line that I wrote, I was saying, I know it all, but I don't know me. Am I the Jackson Wang that people know of, for the ones that who know, or am I the Jackson Wang that I know? I couldn't even answer that. So that's a part of writing the journey of writing this album, right? There's so many other lyrics that I wrote, like, yo, I'm falling down, but who's there to catch me? Everyone's leaning on me, my team, the people around me. I'm taking care of everything, but who am I supposed to lean on? Yeah, it's getting a little deep. Celsius.
No, but it is, and that's you, and that's what your fans want, because you gave a part of you that was so amazing for so many years, but these past few years you're like, I'm gonna give myself. And even your wrap up track, Made Me a Man.
Yeah.
That one took me back.
Oh,
And
thank
that
you.
one, I mean, what a way to wrap up the album. And you even gave us visuals to that, which was cool too.
Yeah.
So where were you when you were thinking visually for that record?
For the entire album, every single song I write from journals turning into music, and after that I write treatments for every single song. And then obviously in reality we have to look at the budget, right? Can't span like millions into the entire album, so we'll just see like, oh, we'll discuss internally what should we spend on, what should we not spend on. So originally every single song has a visual. Yeah,
Okay,
so because
okay.
the treatment that I wrote. And yeah, Made Me a Man, the music video, it's just a sum up, it's a conclusion of the entire album, where originally I wrote like in visuals, it's how Magic Man goes through 4 chapters and ending as Jackson Wang, as the human again, unlocking that darkness just by acceptance.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was the journey. But then, I'm like 80% satisfied with it, but could have done better.
That's just who you are, though. You're never gonna be. That's just in you. You always want the perfection, but you give. All the fans think you already give that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thank you. You're very good at hyping people up. Thank you so
Bro,
much.
that's just you, though. Now, I also want to talk about how you've already been performing your album a few shows already. So, how does that feedback feel in person?
It's definitely not the full thing. And I think I'm prepping for my tour, but I don't know, would I have a tour? Because obviously people need to show up, right? So I don't know. Let me just prep first, and in case if I can get to do a tour, a world tour sponsored by Celsius, then I'll be ready. So I'm just prepping that for now.
We have some fans here. We have questions
Oh,
from
is
your
this
fans.
live?
No.
Oh, I
We
love
have
it.
we have a question here from one of your fans, at SMN Louisa. It wants to know, you've always been honest about your emotional journey, especially through projects like Magic Man. Now that you've explored themes like identity, transformation, acceptance, what message would you like to share with fans who are still searching for themselves or feeling lost in who they are? Because you inspire us.
I love you, first of all. Second, I think, life in general, I can't speak much, but in 31 years, how I feel is all the good and the bad are meant to happen, and what's good without the bad, and what's bad without the good, so you just have to go through that. That's just life in general. And when you go through some sort of stuff, it's life telling you something, right? And just accept it and move on, because what has been done can't be undone. So learn from it, take note, and just move forward, move on with it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I mean, from everything that you've learned so far, because, dude, you've broken records, you've trended worldwide, and
No.
but I mean, even like the work that you do.
I don't have a hit song. But the thing is, I'm not chasing for a hit song, because I feel like, the thing that I'm doing, whatever I'm doing right now, I just need to focus on that, and I'm just waiting for the clock to come to me.
You've been saying that you've been so lasered in, clocked in, locked in, but you've also been exploring other journeys. I mean, we know music is your passion, but you're just a creator, period.
I am.
Even with Jordan, Nike.
Yeah.
Bro, that's not light what you're doing. That's heavy work. What was that like when you got asked to?
Yeah, I feel like when they're giving me the contract saying, hey, we want you to be... I thought it's one of those. I thought it would be like, oh, it's one of those like ambassador taking a product and take photos and videos, right? But then they're like, oh, that's not what we want. And I'm like, what? And then they're like, we want you to be a creative, signed to Nike Inc., not even Nike or Jordan. It's both. I'm like, and I feel like finally, at least, who knows in the industry is getting it, is seeing it. You know how long it took me to build just on fashion, just creating, shooting videos, directing videos for other brands. How long it took me for the inner industry to recognize that. Because at first people think you're an artist. What do you know about directing? What do you know about designing? What do you know about probably 50, 60, 100 people doing it for you? But then no, it's just me. But people don't believe it. It took time. You know, from nothing. Now people are realizing it. And imagine 3-5 years later. That's what I'm thinking.
You're a visionary.
I think it's going to happen because it's the process. I even have some DM people DM. By the way, I check my DM. Like, I even have some fans or other fans DM me saying like, "Hey, we see you doing fashion, doing music for a long time, for 6-7 years as a solo already. You're not really doing great. You're not really doing much." And to a point, I agree with that. But it's a process. It takes time, and sometimes you shoot, sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't. You know, sometimes you hit it, sometimes you don't. It's about the progress, right? Everything has time, so I'm just trying my best to. I'm focused, and I don't get affected by that.
And hearing that you do check your DMs, has there been anyone that's been a fan of yours that you were shook at?
Oh, that's so crazy. I want to talk about this. I don't know what's going to happen after me talking about this. The other day, I was just checking, and I'm like, yo, Timbaland, the fucking genius, follows me. I'm like, no, man, I think this is a mistake, you know? And that's, you know what's another random thing? Snoop Dogg's dad followed me. I'm like, why? Like, it must be a mistake. I'm like, what does it, first of all, what does following even mean, right? And second, like, that's just random. Like, for what? You know, because I know what's about to happen in the next 1 or 2 years. I know what I'm going to put out already, like in fashion as IP and this. I know this already, but they don't know. No one knows. People can only judge me of what I put out today. People don't know what's going to happen in 2 years, right? So I'm like, why would they? Is it a mistake? Like, you know, I feel like I don't deserve that. And then, like, yeah, I'm blessed. I'm so blessed. Yeah.
Is there someone in the industry that you haven't had the chance to talk to yet that you would love to pick their brain and have associates with?
100%. Tyler, the Creator. I talked, obviously, in the LV family. I speak to Pharrell from time to time. Also, Pusha T, Push, and Malice. A lot of time, you know, they always speak. Just every single line they in the conversation, everything that they tell me, you know, has been inspiring, you know, and they don't say unnecessary things, you know. They just straight to your heart, you know, bullet to the heart. And I've learned a lot, you know. I really want to, you know, if I have the opportunity to meet the greatest genius, you know, for me, you know, personally, Tyler, the Creator, I would really like to have a conversation with them and just, you know, just to absorb as like a sponge to yeah.
What about a message to Team Jackie that's been there from day one, or even the new Team Jackie that's pulling up on Magic Man 2?
No, I feel like there's something, like, obviously, you know, I'm a part of the boy band GOT7. But at the same time, I have my own solo stuff. Sometimes it's, you know, it's tricky, you know, when you mess up, when you have everything in the mix. You know, like, I would appreciate, you know, obviously, I think, you know, even for GOT7, I love GOT7 more than they do. Because it's been my childhood, it's been my life, you know, but also I have my own solo stuff. And I just feel like that's a little different. That's a different universe, you know, and not in a good way, not in a bad way. I just feel like there needs to be some sort of distance, you know, like, so that it's, you get what I mean? It's like, yeah, I would love to separate that.
It could be a lot.
Yeah, you know, and second is, I want to tell for Jackies, or for the new Jackies, for me, for Jay Wang, thanks for supporting me. And I feel like something is gonna happen, you know, and something is gonna happen, and, you know, I wouldn't even be here having this interview without them. You know, and down the line, I think I'm just going to be more and more honest to everybody.
Thank you.
at least for to them, you know, who I am. And a lot of big project is coming up, and I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to like, you know, I just want to make them proud that, you know, since day one, I've always had this. I've spoken about this for a long time, multiple times, saying like, hey, when they tell other people they really like Jackson, they really like Jay Wang, I want the other people's reaction to be like, oh, you got taste. Yeah.
I feel like that's already in the conversations.
It's a process.
I respect that a lot about you, and seeing from where you came from and everything you've been through to where you are now, hanging out with us, drinking Celsius. How does it feel to be Jay Wang today, right now?
I should change my name to Jay Wang. That's better, right? Jackson Wang, nice guy. Jay Wang, though. Like when Jay Wang is here.
How does it feel to be Jay Wang? That's you.
No, I just feel like I'm a regular guy. I'm a fan of music. That's it. I'm a fan of art. I'm a fan of creation. So I just love to create. And I think, you know, people only care about you when you have the trophy. It's only one moment. But who's there for you when you're getting that trophy, when in the process of it, when you're just unseen for a long time, who's there with you? And that's what I appreciate and love about Jackie.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. We're getting that wrap-up sign.
No, we're not. We're not. Just give us another 10. What are you talking about? I'm so into this conversation. Jay Wang is so into this conversation, and people are rolling their fingers and shit. No, I don't like that.
No, I know, but you gave us so much. You give us a lot, and just hanging out with you for a little bit, I want to say thank you for being so real and being so passionate about everything you do, and to Jackie. And I'm just really excited. You were mentioning that you're so excited to be free and work on these new projects with a clear mind. So
I will create. I probably should come back with Jay Wang. Jay Wang 2.0. I'm coming back. I'm coming back loud. Yeah.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are going to be here. We're going to be here.
Are we really going to wrap up?
I know.
All right.
We have to. He doesn't want to. He wants to hang out with you still.
Even finish Celsius.
But make sure that you check out everything going on. Listen to Magic Man 2 on our free iHeartRadio app or wherever you're streaming. Thank you so much.